We're here in Grand Junction, Colorado. Well, Grand Junction's over that way. We're going to talk with Teri Stiers, who's a broker and renovator here in Grand Junction, about the market in Grand Junction, and we're also going to stop by and see one of her recent remodels. You're going to want to stick around for this, and we're going to see it while it's in mid-construction. This home's already under contract, so you can't get this one, but go ahead and check out her website for some other offerings that she has available. Let's go back down into town, talk with Teri, and see what she's got going on. What are some of those kind of like demographic items for like Grand Junction that kind of like place? Like what is the median household income or like average home sold price?
Income is about $52,000-$55,000. So it's not high, but you can live comfortably enough on that. You know, and of course I say that as empty nesters. You know? So if I were having to pay for childcare for, you know, 2 preschoolers or something, you know, I might find it a different, you know. But yeah, so it's in the mid-50s. The sales price, you're looking around $250, but we're getting upward creep. It's getting harder and harder to find properties that are in nice condition for the $250 and less. You can still buy brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes with a car garage for, you know, $245, $249. But it was just a couple of years ago where you could do it for like $200. So that's some creep there as far as the newer stuff.
Colorado real estate is the California migration. Is the California migration really affecting Grand Junction, and for how long has that been?
It's been going on for a number of years. Yeah, our pricing, you know, that's where, you know, I say our pricing is high compared with what you're used to. Of course, not in Dallas, but and then so yeah, we get the California migration. One thing that we have going, and people think of Colorado as like one big thing. This side of the Rockies is a whole different environment than that side of the Rockies, the Denver side, the Boulder side and stuff. Okay. And we have Grand Junction is kind of the banana belt, if you will, of Colorado. You know, we get much better weather. We don't have blizzards. We don't get tornadoes. We don't get the heavy snows and things. And so it's appealing to Californians. But another thing that Grand Junction is appealing to just in general is retirements. You know, we're starting to develop as a retirement location. You know, we're on the AARP list. You know, great cities to, you know, because you have a university, and that's one of the criteria is to keep a place vital and stuff. To have, you know, the university and then. But yeah, so again, that's. But yeah, a Californian's money will go a lot further. They can pay cash for a house here, a really nice house, you know, that they couldn't afford elsewhere. And but Main Street, they started this project in the 1960s, which was very forward-thinking, especially for a little town like that. But they did where they made it kind of, instead of being a straight shot, you know, they started putting things out to make it wind and slow people down a little bit. Okay. And when I moved here in 1981, they were building the mall. We still have the mall here. There's only one. And it's dying a slow, agonizing death, like many malls around the country. But in 1981, when I moved here, Main Street was in an uproar because the mall had come in and, you know, it stole J.C. Penney's and it stole, you know, these things, and everybody's like, oh, it's going to kill Main Street. And now Main Street is, you know, vital, and the mall is, I can't tell you when the last time was I was at the mall, you know, it's just like, oh, you know. Where I see a problem is the gap between the new and move-in ready and the older, you know, we need to fix this up. I have a hard time finding, I mean, I find them, but finding like flips where you can create the gap that you need in order to actually make a profit.
Got it.
Ran numbers on a house just the other day that thought, oh, $199. Let's see what the average sales in the neighborhood are. And it's like, you're not even getting money. You know, so that's where you tend to see problems, because we do have some older inventory that needs, you know, fixed up, needs to be brought up, but you can't make a profit at it. Now somebody could move in and do it and create a little bit of equity, but by the time you're at the back, sales costs.
ICU, is that okay? Like adult ICU?
That sounds like pretty, like, median household income is slightly below national average. Average sold price, like, pretty close to national averages. Then you're talking about spread. So with rents, how do those? Obviously, rents are like all across the board. But for what would you say would be like your most popular size home?
Use $1 a square foot as your kind of your base. And a second one would be $500 per bed. So start using those as kind of, now if you've got something that's super clean and super cute but small, you're going to bring that up quite a bit. Likewise, if it's you know, a 1,500 square foot 3-bedroom house, but nothing's been done to it since 1995, you know, dirty carpet and dead yard and that sort of thing, you're not going to get $1,500.
I like you saying that with a square foot and a bedroom price, because I've realized that myself in the past, that there's like more so than like a rent for the home, there's a rent per income earning tenant that can live there. You know, because a lot of times, like some of my larger, nicer homes that fit multiple people well, that they can have roommates, will rent for more than maybe a similar size, similar condition home where it's harder to comfortably have a roommate.
Right. More of a suburban type, you know, situation. It's more of a family type. Yeah, that's exactly what it is here. Downtown, prices are up. The inventory's old. These are old, you know, houses and stuff. They are not necessarily the nicest rentals, but because of the downtown vibe, you know, the cool factor, the walkability, just in general, people are willing to put up with, you know, no dishwasher or funky kitchen layouts, or, you know, the things that happen when people carve up an old house into 2 or 3 units. You know, that sort of thing. So it drives higher prices, whereas you get out to like the Clifton area, which is just very much a blue collar working class, you know, you're not going to get the same, you know, you're not going to get 900 or 1,000 for a 2-bedroom, you're going to get 8 or 50. It's something that's a townhouse or a condo, you know, rental.
One thing that I've noticed in Florida specifically is that a lot of times when you have kind of a funky layout, it actually, while it detracts from a long-term rental, it adds value as a short-term rental, because people love to like go like stay in something that's quirky, different, and unique. Whereas maybe the livability long-term isn't
would be annoying.
Right? It's really fun for like a weekend or a couple weeks stay, you know, to stay in a very unique place. So I think when you're talking about your friend that has the Airbnbs downtown, like that could be something that's actually added value with some of those places.
Right, exactly.
And you could really play up that quirkiness.
Yeah. You know, when's the last time you? Yeah, exactly. So, and I'd say that that's very accurate. I was going to tell you something else. Drawing a blank about the vacancy rate here. Has been less than 3% forever. So virtually anything that you have available to rent is going to go, and you can be select. Send me a picture of like a hat or something. As far as who you take, it's a strain for people. It really is to find anything, and especially anything decent. So landlords, it's definitely a seller's market as far as rentals. There's a link in LS. It is a hardship, for families. There we go. I can get the napkin. Is it gone?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
So
most of the tenants and owners in Grand Junction, do they live and work in Grand Junction, or is there a lot of commuting to industry inside?
Well, that kind of ebbs and flows.
So what's your last
I would say that the majority absolutely do work within the perimeters of the county. We're an oil and gas city, and right now there's not tons going. That market kind of goes up and down, and right now we're in a bit of a down. There used to be a lot of people that lived at the east end of the valley that worked what's called up. So they would go into Garden County and other places and do the oil and gas, commute back at night, and the family stayed here, kids went to school here and stuff. But up valley, there is still, because there's no places to live up there either, and then it gets more expensive as you head up into the mountains. The prices get higher and stuff. So, but right now, and that's something that Grand Junction has worked kind of hard to do, is to not be a one industry town. They've been socked. They had a horrible 1982. Exxon locked their doors and left on a Sunday without telling anybody. 5,000 people lost their jobs, which in a town this size, and of course those 5,000 people had wives and they had kids. And, the east end of the valley, the sheriff's department used to joke, this is back when Lebanon was a bad, having all its problems and things. And they did. They called it Lebanon, and because there were just so many boarded up houses. So after that, and then there've been a couple other fairly serious dips. Grand Junction decided that we've got to do more to do, to make sure that this doesn't happen, to us again. And so they've developed, the university is growing by leaps and bounds. We've got a big regional hospital here that's grown, and then just built another brand new hospital too. So we're kind of like the medical center for this side of the Rockies, and just other types of things. We just got named the headquarters for the BLM. They're pulling them out of Washington, D.C. and putting them here.
Okay.
Which is really only a couple dozen people here, because what they're going to do is start sending them to locales throughout the West. But they decided, Washington, D.C. isn't the place to manage them.
Right.
And Grand Junction was who got picked.
That's great.
For that, yeah.
So it brings some government stability. The medical centers, I'm sure, really make it more robust for retirement communities.
Exactly.
Which
That's one of the attractions.
Incomes, between government workers and retired people, we've got a lot of.
Yeah, so that's what's gone on. They've tried to, and I think they've done a pretty good job, having lived here since 1981. I mean, I've seen, and I came from the Eastern Slope. I came from over in Denver and stuff, and people are still kind of snobby. Denverites still don't know we're on the map, and they're kind of snobby about this. And it's like, I think you need to suck it up a little bit, because we've got some, we get entertainment now. Tonight, oh crap, I'm trying to think of it. Modest Mouse is playing at the amphitheater.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of big name bands right there at Mesa too.
Yeah, so, and we did just build this brand new amphitheater. We're doing this whole business park, just not very far from here. One of my clients is buying a property that you can actually see the amphitheater from the property that she's buying, because it's part of an opportunity zone.
That's awesome.
And they're building, what they're doing is they're attracting businesses that are outdoors related. And so they've got a business coming from Boulder that designs and builds like bike racks and those kinds of things for cars. There's a business, it's called Bonsai. They're already here, but they're relocating over there, and they do the like zip lines and those sorts of things. And they're actually going to install a zip line from Orchard Mesa, which is high, over the river down to their property. You know, and so people are going to be able to zip line down. And so they're doing this huge, you know, development all along the river. They're going to create little eddies where you can learn how to paddleboard, you know, and not get swept down the Colorado River. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you know. So there's a lot of investment going on and stuff going in.
Real cool.
That again, diversity. Trying to diversify. Working on our natural attractions, the nice weather and the outdoors climate. But yeah. I do. It's about 6 blocks from here. Next street over is Colorado, and it's we're at 6th and Colorado, and it's at between 13th and 14th on Colorado.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What have you been doing there?
The university is expanding, and they were knocking down a couple blocks of housing, and I acquired a bungalow that was going to be torn down. And moved it.
Cool.
I got a vacant lot, which there really aren't vacant lots in downtown, but it was a lot where there had been a house in the past. Somebody had taken it down because it was not, you know, it was a shack. And it backs up to an alley that backed up to a business that this guy owned, and he wanted, it was, they did like cell towers and telecommunications, and so he used the lot to like park vehicles and lay the big cell tower things on, like, so on the Colorado, it's like this residential street, and then there was this parking lot with all this stuff on it. Anyway, I talked him into selling it to me as a, you know, and I had the house moved to that lot, and now I'm building some little additions on it.
Very cool.
And so I'm doing infill on there, filling in what, you know, making it, and the bungalow is a perfect fit for the street because it's, you know, it's a 1940s little bungalow and things. Now I have to bring it up to, you know, 2019 standards. So it's kind of a mess right now, you know, gutted mess. But I do have it under contract already, you know, pending approval of the work that I'm doing. And what I'm doing to it is the zoning on that street is what's called RO, which is residential office.
Okay.
And so I'm leaving the bungalow essentially the same footprint that it was. In order to move it, we had to tear off the laundry, so I've rebuilt the laundry on it, but I'm leaving it the 2-bedroom, you know, 1-bathroom bungalow. But on the front of it, I've built an addition that's only 8 feet wide, 20 feet long, with a 3/4 bath, and so it can be used as either an Airbnb or an office or whatever. The person who has it under contract is a physical therapist and massage therapist, and so that's going to be her office. And it's got a little bathroom, it's got just enough room to set up, you know, whatever it is. I mean, I don't think she's going to have the big physical therapy equipment. It's going to be more of a that. And yeah, they're going to rent out the back. It's going to be an income property for them. And I do have a planning clearance that I've chosen not to pick up because I'm not going to do them. But you can build a cottage behind as well, a 1-bedroom cottage. So they can expand their rental portfolio within the footprint of this lot. Awesome. I'm not going to build it because that puts my pricing too high.
Right.
But they're going to.
But that's a huge value add for your customer.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the design, I've got the city's signed off on it. They just have to go pay the fees, and then they've got the permission to build.
And you mentioned the process of that project so flippantly, but the zoning hurdles behind that's really quite a Herculean feat.
You know, there weren't zoning hurdles to be Concord, I wasn't asking to do anything with the property that it wasn't already zoned for. And that's, I always encourage my clients, I said, look at, what's allowed. Instead of beating your head against, the door of City Hall, look at what's allowed there and then create. So, I created an office because it's RO zoning.
Okay.
I got the approval for an ADU because Grand Junction's very generous in how they allow accessory dwelling units, and stuff. So I did that. Where I did find trouble was my bank didn't want to touch it. They're like, what? No way. And I'm like, well, what about, no. I said, why don't you just finance me for the lot? They didn't want any part of it. And then my insurance company didn't either. I had to go to a different insurance company. And I was like, you guys, how is this different than moving a modular onto a property? I don't know, it freaked them out. And I do have pictures of my house traveling down, North Avenue is the big, main drag here. And, there's my house going down the street and stuff. But, that was, I don't know, it deserved to be saved, and it just wasn't that, the university gave me the house, but it cost me $13,000 to move it.
Okay.
And so I did take my contractor and my framer over before I did it, and I said, if we pick this up and we move it and we have to gut it, am I ahead or am I behind? And they're like, no, you're still ahead, So, but it's got hardwood floors, and that's about all that's left right now. If you go and see it, you'll. That's
awesome.
But yeah. So those are the kinds of things that intrigue me. So I want to do them.
I think it's a huge social benefit too to like conscious investing is like a big thing to me. And like being able to maintain some of that historical value here downtown adds legitimate social benefit to the community.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken what was, an empty lot, and I'm creating housing, affordable housing. This is not a big fancy, it's an 800 square foot bungalow. Creating affordable housing, dressing up a street that, is kind of, it's on the outskirts of downtown, and so the creep is just starting that direction. But yeah, exactly. I feel like, and I've saved, I'm big on green, so I'm saved something that was otherwise just going to be knocked down and headed into the dumpsters and things.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I've done a socially good thing as well as hopefully a financially good thing. That's a little scary because when you do something like this, you can't get hard bids on a lot of it. Like my framer is, I'm going to charge you $40 an hour per man, and we'll just see what that ends up being. And every week I'm like writing a check for $3,000, and the checker is like, when will it stop? I can take quotes on like the furnace or the electrical. I can get firm quotes, but some of this stuff, it's just seat of your pants. It's like, I hope I sold this for enough, and I hope there's some play in there like I thought there was going to be for me to pocket the difference. So I don't know.
Very cool. Well, that's good. You want to check that out? Okay.
Sure. Absolutely.